Hello students, welcome to AriserTalent. As you know, we are studying very important chapter of NTSE, that is food and human health. Okay, in my previous lectures, I told you about the food. Why do we need food? What do you mean by balanced diet? And what are the components of balanced diet? As well as I told you about the fast food, which is very unhealthy for us. Okay, and I told you why should we not take it. Fine, I told you the harmful effects of regular consumption of fast food. Now we are going to talk about some other toxic substances like gutka, tobacco, drugs, alcohol, etc. Fine, so let's start. First of all, I am going to teach you about the gutka. Gutka is generally known as pan masala. Okay, here we are talking about gutka, and it's also known as pan masala. Generally, it is manufactured in India and exported to many other countries. Fine. As we know, gutka, here let me show you the pics of gutka. Generally, the different forms of gutka are present here in the India because it is actually manufactured in India and export to various other countries. Fine. Why it is harmful to consume it? Actually, gutka is very toxic substance for our body. Why it is so toxic? Because generally it contains very harmful substances. It is made up of very harmful chemicals, made up of very harmful substances, and then it can bring side effects or it can bring many diseases in our body. Fine. So what are the diseases which are caused by regular consumption of gutka? Generally, hope you have seen people in your society or people in your surroundings which are the regular consumer or which are regular gutka user. You can find stand on their teeth which are yellowish to reddish. Fine, and these stands cannot be removed easily by the normal brushing. They need proper dentist treatment to remove those stains. Now let me tell you that what are the diseases caused by the consumption of gutka. Here we can see generally these are the signs of cancer. Okay, these diseases are the cancer. Actually, these are the form of cancer. Regular consumption of gutka can cause to mouth cancer as well as it can cause a stomach cancer because consumption of it going to stomach itself. Fine, so we can say that the regular consumption of gutka can cause various forms of cancer related to mouth. These are the different cases related to mouth cancer. Okay, as well as it can cause stomach cancer, it can cause heart disease, as well as it can cause many problem related to speaking and loss of appetite. In this condition, actually the tongue becomes smooth. Okay, and generally the people are not able to speak clearly. Fine, so now let me define what are gutka. Gutka and pan masala, generally these are manufactured these are manufactured in India and are exported to many other countries. Okay, many other countries. Fine. Let me tell you that gutka contains very harmful substances and regular user of gutka have dark yellowish to reddish stains on the teeth. Regular user of gutka have dark stains, yellow to reddish on teeth. These stains are either they are yellow or stains or reddish color on the teeth. Fine. These cannot be removed. These cannot be removed. These cannot be removed by normal brushing. They need dentist treatment. Okay. Gutka is toxic in nature, regular consumption of gutka causes following effects. What are these effects? Loss of appetite, loss of appetite, okay, then mouth cancer, because gutka is generally chewed by the users. Okay, so generally it causes mouth cancer. Here we have seen the symptoms. These are the forms of mouth cancers. Okay, then people are unable to do anything, they are unable to eat anything, they are unable to swallow anything because of these forms of cancers. Now what happens in this condition? When the a cancer occurs in a human body, then these parts are removed and then the person becomes totally unable to eat anything. Fine. Now let me define what are the effects of taking gutka continuously or regular consumption. Mouth cancer as well as tongue cancer, heart disease, stomach cancer, and problem in eating and speaking, unable to speak clearly, problem in eating and swallowing. Okay, so these are the effects which are caused by the regular consumption of gutka. So thus we can say that the gutka is toxic substance and this is very unhealthy. People of India generally use it. Actually it is manufactured in India and exported in many other countries. So these are the following effects which are caused on the human body. So if you really want to live a healthy life, one must avoid the consumption of these gutkas because these are very harmful for the health. Clear? Now we will talk about the tobacco. Next is tobacco. Next topic is tobacco. Let me explain you here. Tobacco generally can be taken by, or we obtain tobacco from the green plant. Okay, and generally it contains a toxic substance which is known as nicotine. Fine. So here we can mention that the tobacco is obtained from a green plant. Okay, the leaves of these plants contain the toxic substance which is known as nicotine. Fine. And when these green leaves are churned, then they are dried up, then they becomes the tobacco. Okay, leaves of these plants are crushed, dried up to form tobacco. Okay. The leaves of this tobacco plant contains nicotine. Okay, leaves of these plants contain nicotine. Generally, this nicotine is the toxic substance, okay, which is the toxic substance, or it is a chemical, okay, which is toxic in nature. This nicotine is toxic in nature. Okay, generally this tobacco is consumed in the three forms. Generally it is sometimes it is taken in the chewing form, so that is known as chewing tobacco. When it is sniffed, then it is known as snuffed tobacco. Okay, it is taken in different forms. What are they? Generally it is eaten, or it is taken in the chewing form. Then it is known as what? It is known as chewing tobacco. It is known as chewing tobacco. Okay, or as well as it is known as smokeless. Okay, so generally when it is found in the chewing form, then it is known as chewing tobacco or smokeless tobacco. Fine. When it is taken in the smoke form, okay, smoke, then it is taken by the pipes, cigarette, okay, and what? This is generally in the smoke form, it is taken by the pipes or cigarettes and hookahs. Okay, fine. Another form of it is when it is sniffed by nose. Okay, and generally it is sniffed through nose. Then it is known as snuff. Okay, so these are the different forms in which forms the tobacco is consumed in the body. As I told you that the leaves of this green plant contain nicotine. Here I have shown you the green plant. These leaves contain what? These leaves contain nicotine. Actually, the nicotine is a chemical which is very toxic in nature. Why? Because it stimulates, it works as a stimulant when it reaches in our bloodstream. Okay, when the tobacco is consumed in any form, whether it is taken by the chewing form, or it is snuffed, or it is taken in the smoke form, when this nicotine, as I told you, this nicotine reaches in the bloodstream, then it works as a stimulant and it affects the nervous system. Fine. So consumption of nicotine make the person addictive of tobacco. Fine. Let me mention. Nicotine is a stimulant. Okay, when it reaches in the bloodstream, definitely it will flow with blood in all the organs and it will affect the nervous system. It affects the nervous system. Okay, this nicotine makes a person tobacco addictive. Okay, now as I told you that tobacco is found or is found in the green leaves of this green plant, and generally it is consumed by these products in the body. Okay, here these are the different forms for the consumption of tobacco in the body. Hookah, cigarettes, okay, direct by chewing. This is like a form of tobacco which can be taken in the body by direct chewing. Okay, so these are the pipes, cigar. Okay, so these are the different products by which tobacco is consumed inside the body, and nicotine reaches in the bloodstream. It damages nervous system as well as it makes the person tobacco addictive. Fine. Now what are the harmful effects of tobacco? Harmful effects. Harmful effects of tobacco are, once it is taken in the chewing form, then it will cause the cancer of mouth as well as it damages the gums and teeth. Okay, if tobacco taken or consumed in tobacco consumed in chewing form, it harms the gum and teeth. Okay, regular consumption of tobacco causes cancer. Regular consumption of tobacco causes cancer. Okay, as well as it harms nervous system. Okay, and increases blood pressure and the heartbeat becomes faster. Heartbeat becomes faster. Okay, it damages nervous system, heartbeat become faster, blood pressure increases, blood pressure increases, as well as it affects the eyesight, and as I told you, it affects the nervous system. That's only the thing that the person become psycho. Okay, and it affects eyesight. It affects eyesight. Okay, and when the pregnant women consume this tobacco, okay, as it contains nicotine which is very harmful, and once it goes in the bloodstream, it increases what? It increases the blood pressure, heartbeat become faster. So definitely once a pregnant woman consume it, then it affects the growth of the fetus. Okay, let me mention next point. If a pregnant woman takes or consume tobacco, then it puts what? The consumption of tobacco puts negative effect effects on fetus. Okay. So these are the harmful effects of tobacco, that consumption of it causes cancer, mouth cancer, as well as let me mention here, I have not mentioned, it causes regular consumption. Already I have mentioned that regular consumption of tobacco causes cancer. Okay. So these are the harmful effects of consumption of tobacco. As I told you that tobacco is generally obtained from a green plant. Okay, the leaves of this plant contain alkaloid, 1 to 8% alkaloid, which is known as nicotine. Fine. So nicotine is a harmful substance here, that is a chemical, and generally it affects the nervous system. Okay, once it is consumed in our body, it goes in our body in any form, by smoke or by what should I say, if you direct chew it, okay, or snuff it, then when it reaches in the blood, then the heartbeat become faster, as well as it affect nervous system, and then it increases blood pressure. Do you know, when the person who takes these tobacco in any form, then he feels more energetic. Why? Because nicotine is a stimulant. Okay, so what it affects? It affects the nervous system, as well as it makes the flow of blood faster. Okay, this is the reason that the person feels more energetic. And once a person takes tobacco in any form, then he become addict of it, because this nicotine work as a stimulant, and then the person wants more and more energy. Okay, because when it reaches in the bloodstream, the person feel more energetic and become addicted of it, because he wants more and more energy. Fine. This is the reason that the nicotine is known as the most addictive harmful chemical substance. Fine. Once it reaches in our body, so it causes many harmful effects. It affects our gums, it affects teeth, it causes mouth cancer, as well as it causes stomach cancer. Okay, it affects our heart, because the when the blood it reaches in the bloodstream, then the speed of blood become faster. Definitely the heartbeat will be faster, because the flow, as we all know, the function of heart is to pump blood. Okay, so definitely the heartbeat will become faster. So these are the harmful effects. What are they? It causes it harms the gums and teeth, as well as it causes cancer, and it affects our nervous system. Heartbeat become faster and blood pressure increases. It affects eyesight as well, and if the pregnant lady consume it, then it affects the growth of fetus. Fine. So in this lecture we studied about gutka and tobacco, that these both are very harmful and toxic substances. One should avoid consuming it. There are so many fruitful and beneficial substances are available in the market. We should use them to live a healthy and fruitful life. Fine. So hope it is clear to you why should we avoid taking gutka and tobacco in our life. Thank you.